Got a lot of things going on. Today's coffee with Coach, it gets messy. It gets messy. This morning I got up and I have a new routine that I'm doing every morning, similar to my old routine, just advanced, upgraded. And so this morning I got up and I ensure there are certain individuals that I reach out to, send them encouragement, check on them. They're people who are close to me, people who mean something to me. I'm actually looking to advance this, just trying to build my own personal community, right? And I was speaking to someone this morning, someone who's very close to me, and I made the statement, and it hit me. I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do coffee with Coach on. When we begin to grow, when we begin to change, when we begin to expand whatever it is we are looking to expand in our life, it will get messy. It has to get messy. You're upending and turning over the things that have become normal in your life. Now, this could simply be it could be as simple as I'm going to go look for a new job. I'm looking for a new relationship. Whatever that piece, it may be something simple. It could be as detailed and dramatic as you're going to dive in and you are going to start taking a look at the things in your life that you have avoided that has held you back. Now, there's a reason you have avoided those things because you don't want to face them. You don't want to deal with them. You don't want to revisit them. And when you begin to do that, it will get messy. Having coached people for over a decade, what I see in that time period is there is a moment. I don't know if you want to call it a moment of truth, a moment of realization, no turning back moment. I don't know what you want to label it. But there comes a moment where individuals will sit there and say, all right, this is too much for me. I don't want to do this. It is difficult. It is hard. It is messy. And they stop. They turn around and they go back to where they were before. Or they just stop. And then they talk about it on social media. They talk about it to their accountability partners, to their group friends, to the people they hang out with at the clubs or the bars on a Friday night. My life is not changing. Well, you're right. It's not. You're not going to grow new stuff in old ground. Uh, it's that idea that if you are going to see growth, you have to prepare the ground the growth is going to take place in, or the pot, or whatever it is. You have to refertilize or fertilize. You have to till it up or stir it up. You have to weed it out. You have to get rid of the debris. You have to create this breaking up, this struggle, this turning of the soil to make it optimal for the seed that is being planted to begin the growth process. And then the growth process itself is messy. The growth process itself requires that seed to sit there for a while. And then as you till up the ground, you make it messy, you do whatever it is, that seed gets to that right environment and it breaks open as the germination begins and as the plant from that seed begins to grow. And then that small plant, that seedling, that small growth, small at first, is in the dirt. It can't be seen, but it's in the messy dirt. It's in the muddy dirt because it should be getting nutrients. It should be getting water. And it begins to grow and push through all the mud and all of the stuff that it's got to push through before it's ever even visible that it's growing. Growth is messy, but for so many, They don't understand that piece of growth. They want it in a beautiful Instagram package. They want it in a beautiful label of success. They want to be able to open up that present and say, oh my God, I didn't know that's what I was getting. They don't understand everything that goes through it. In fact, I've got to a point in my life where when I get to those pieces, I get to those moments where things begin to get messy, things become unexpected. I sit back and I go, oh, okay, so this is where we're at. We're at a growth spurt. We're at a moment of growth. We're at a moment of new beginnings. We're at a moment of new levels. We're leveling up. And where I used to quit, where I used to get angry, where I used to hesitate, I now sit in that moment. I sit in the mess. Things will happen whether we expect them to happen or not, whether we see it coming or not, whether we planned for it or not. They are going to happen. And when they begin to happen, in order for the growth to truly take place, it requires a tilling of the ground, fertilization, water, mud, messy. I want you to think back right now of a time, or maybe you don't even have to think back. You're saying, Coach, I'm there, right? I'm there, of a time or now where things seem chaotic and messy. I'm currently working on taking our, mine just went blank, our workshops and taking them to the next level. We're currently taking the workshops that we've been doing over the last 10 years and putting them in a book form. We're packaging them differently. I'm working currently on the basic training workshop, and I just finished a chapter, or a segment, I guess you could say, because it's broke down in days, not necessarily chapters, of chaos. And I talk in there how life will be chaotic. It How we respond to that is what will determine the outcome. You've heard me say this before. I say it in the workshop. I will always be saying this in workshops. I bring this up very often as a reminder for those who have heard it, and as new information for those who haven't heard it. Life is neutral. Life does not care whether you show up or not. It's going to take place. Front to back, start to finish, it's going to take place. And we're on that lifeline, if you will. And how we react in the moments as life takes place is whether we rise above that lifeline to success or drop below it to a learning experience and a moment of messiness to have to bounce back up, or we stay neutral with it and we just don't go anywhere. Chaos will happen. Messiness will happen. Just as the intro song said, my response is my responsibility now. You've heard me say that, especially if you've been part of Grit. You know that is my life motto. It has been my life motto for years. Many of you have adopted it. Many of you have taken it in, use it. I appreciate it. But I need you to understand that today life will be messy. And when it is messy, that is the moment that you stop. A few things you're going to do when life gets messy. One, you're going to stop and pause. You're not going to pause life. Life goes on. Life doesn't care whether you try to push pause or not. It is going to continue marching on. In your response, you pause. You go, okay, I'm going to look at a couple things here. One, is the messiness self-inflicted? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. In that messiness, what can I control? And then begin to work on that. What is out of my control? Get on, hold the reins, and get ready to ride. And what growth is this messiness going to advance? Because here's the thing, we get into the messy And we focus on the situation, not the journey. We focus on my life is messy. I complain about it. Things aren't going my way. I complain about it. I give up. We focus on the situation instead of what we can control within the situation. The situation is there. The situation is the event. The situation is the movement you must go through. We're focusing on the wrong thing. Our perspective is wrong. What we should do is pause and then ask ourselves, okay, here's the messy. Coach talked about it. Been here before. What is the final desired outcome? Am I growing? Am I changing? Am I expanding? If so, if the answer is yes to any of those or all of those, what is the desirable outcome of the messiness? If I plant a flower, I don't know. I'm not really into flowers. Let's say I plant a tulip. I break up the ground. I open up a hole. I disturb everything. And I put the bulb. I do know enough about plants. I know a tulip is a bulb. I put the tulip bulb in the ground. Then I take all that muddy, broken dirt, put it back over it. I cover what was evident, the bulb. I cover the evidence of growth, the bulb. I cover up the substance to where it is not seen, the bulb. You can no longer see. You see the ground disturbed, you see the messiness, but you do not see the actual piece within that messy that is going to grow. Then I begin to water it, put fertilizer on it. I take care of it. Maybe I put a nice fencing around it so that nothing can disturb it. But what I do know is the desired outcome is not a daffodil or a sunflower. The desired outcome is a tulip. So I need, this shows again where I don't know much about plants. Probably not the best metaphor. I need to make sure I'm feeding it correctly tulip food. And maybe the same as a daffodil and sunflower, I don't know. But I need to put the right nutrients in that is going to take care of the specific growth that I am seeking. I don't walk out the next day and go, oh my God, this ground is messy. It's muddy. It's broken up. And then dig it all up and throw it away. I'm going to get back down on my knees. I'm going to continue to nurture it in the messiness. A week later, I'm not seeing anything. I don't dig it up to make sure that the bulb is still there. No, I sit with the messy. I sit with the unknown. I trust the process. The process is that I know the bulb is in there. I put it in there. And then I wait as I begin to continue to move forward. I don't just not ever come back. I could, but then I'm never going to see the fruit of my labor. Life will get messy. What will you do with the messy will determine what the outcome will be, whether it be the desirable outcome or the same old, same old.